You can take me out of queue.
Trevor Thomas and Josh Albrecht on 1250 AM and 1057 FM, The Fan.
I am an eternal optimist. So please, God, that you're an eternal pessimist.
I like to say I'm a realist.
Oh, great. We're going to go along great. This is going to be great.
This is Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh.
It's going to be great.
And let's get the first deer dub of the season, 133 to 120. And Chris Middleton's return to Milwaukee, 23 points, 9 of 14 shooting, 28 minutes of play. And a nice ovation and gesture by Doc Rivers and his former teammates coming to greet him at the postgame.
Him is Chris Middleton. They lose. Bucks win. What's up, Wisconsin? Welcome in Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Trevor Thomas, he's Josh Albrecht.
Hi.
The Bucks are 1-0, buddy.
Listen, that was exactly how you wanted that to go, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
You showed some love to Chris. Hey, buddy, we appreciate you. We love you. We get to see a highlight from Turner. Giannis is Giannis.
Giannis is Giannis.
Bucks are 1-0. Boom.
Middleton scored 23. Giannis was like, hold my beer. 37 points for Mr. Giannis Antetokounmpo. Look me in the eyeballs right now. Spell Antetokounmpo.
Nope.
Can't? Try.
Nope.
Try.
It's not. No.
Come on.
A-N-T. I should really. I've done this like 100 times, too. A-N-T, E-N-T-K-O-U-N-M-P-O.
A-N-T-E-T-O-K-O-U-N-M-P-O. Antetokounmpo. Here's a great story. John Anderson, SportsCenter anchor.
I've heard of him.
Yeah, big fan. 25 years when he tried to spell Krzyzewski, or when Antetokounmpo came into the scene, he would literally go A-N-T space bar, or I'm sorry, shift bar across the numbers. Oh, or Krzyzewski, K shift ski.
Yeah. The stuff in the middle is not important.
Not important. The Bucks had a good win, though. That is important to get off to a good start. 1-0 for the Milwaukee Bucks, 133-120. That's carry them 13 points in a victory, which, by the way, they had a much bigger lead earlier in the game. And then you turned it on.
Correct. And then the Wizards came back because they were like, hold on, Josh is watching. Let's make all our shots. And they did. But listen, it's not about me. Today is about you.
Why?
Everyone wants to know, how did you enjoy watching a full NBA basketball game?
I couldn't.
Oh, okay.
I tried. I was finishing up editing the podcast, which hit this morning, by the way. Cordell Tinch, world champion, 110-meter hurdler, Green Bay, Wisconsin, world champ. Gold, like bite the gold medal type thing.
Yep.
So anyway, that hit today. I was editing that last night, making sure the I's were dotted, the T's were crossed. The Bucks game was on in the background. Rhodey was watching it. Amanda was reading a book. And I kind of made my way over to that area of our home mid-first quarter. And mid-fourth quarter, I was like, all right. So I got to get ready for bed. We get up early.
Of course.
I think I pinpointed what bugs me, though.
Okay.
It's all these three-pointers.
Yeah.
I've been a big guy, the tallest guy, for a really long time. And I appreciate the idea of post play.
Of course.
But the three-point play, and now there's dudes taller than me that are, Giannis, look at that last night. One dribble, three-pointer. Good.
Yeah.
Not always the case for him, I understand. I did some research, and I went back to the Jordan era because that's when I absolutely love the NBA. Last night, Miles Turner had an unbelievable dunk. We'll hear that play-by-play call in the most electrifying sound of the day, I think.
Maybe.
Okay.
We'll have to describe to you what it was that happened, but we'll play
Understood.
the sound.
Thanks to FanDuel Sports for the audio to open the show. Credit to them. So I went back to the Jordan era. How many three-point attempts do you think teams averaged in the Jordan era? Just take a guess.
I looked at the prep work, so it's not.
Oh, you did? You read the whole thing?
I saw the notes. Yeah.
Okay. 9 to 10 three-point attempts per team in the mid 80s.
I know.
3 to 6. As time went on, roughly 9 to 10. Early 2000s, a little bit of an uptick. Roughly 10 to 13 three-point attempts per game. Last night, the Bucks were 18 of 44 three-point attempts. The Wizards, 17 of 42. That is boring, man.
You mean 86 3-point attempts isn't fun?
No, it's not. And so this is interesting. Numerous people in my life yesterday said, dude, I totally agree with your point. It's hard to watch. By the way, shout out to the guy that walked up to me in the doctor's office yesterday, had a doctor appointment. He's like, dude, love your show. I wasn't speaking, but he knew exactly what I looked like. And I had a little inside Wisconsin on my chest. Oh, man, you guys are doing a great job. Keep it up. I was like,
what's his name?
No idea.
Oh.
Just shook his hand, said thanks. Appreciate you listening.
Well,
awesome.
Thank you, doctor appointment guy.
It was just, I was very grateful, and it caught me off guard. Wasn't quite prepared for that quite yet. But, hey, that's a good sign. Hey, guess what? The trolls are here. The fans in the doctor's office are here.
Yeah, everyone's here. Come on in.
Things are going well. So that's my point. It's hard for me to watch that. And it feels like lazy basketball to me, okay? I'm just going to call it what it is.
You're not wrong. That's why Giannis is exciting, because Giannis is in the paint. Giannis is making those moves. There are dunks. There are, drawing fouls and one plays, all that exciting stuff that you don't get when you're just constantly shooting the three ball. It's almost though as if like at some point throughout history, someone said, hey, do you know that if you shoot it from here, you get an extra point? and then they were like, we should focus on making more of those. Like, there's no way that the game didn't change this way because, analytics and statistics and someone saying, yeah, but even if you only make 50% of the shots you take from here, you're still going to win more than if you are driving the lane and make it. Like, otherwise it wouldn't be that way. And so that's, unfortunately, though, I agree with you. It changed the game. And now this is what the game is.
And almost completely, I'd be willing to bet you could see a down tick in league fandom, if you will, when all of this started to really be, and it wasn't long ago, right? I mean, we're not talking like this has been this way for 15 years. This whole 3-point barrage thing is probably Steph Curry's fault.
Yeah. How long has Steph Curry been here?
I don't know.
15 years.
I don't watch the NBA. Don't you understand?
Like maybe like 15 years.
So that's the problem for me and the NBA. When the 3-point line debuted, lay it on me. What was the year? I know you read the show notes, but don't cheat. Take a guess. What was the year the 3-point line debuted in the NBA?
I didn't see that one.
Nah, you're right.
80. 1980.
Man, I'll give you that. Even though it's Price is Right rules, it debuted in 1979.
God, I hate when I just overbid.
Yeah, $1.
No, I lose. Rules are rules.
2.8 attempts per team when it debuted in the 1979-1980 season. On average today, it's in the mid-30s. Not last night. Bucks 44 3-point attempts. The Wizards 42 3-point attempts. I'm sharing all of this with you because I know you too refused to watch the entire game. You had a date night at Henry Flock's.
I sure did. Yeah.
You talked. You ran your mouth on Twitter.
Now, what does that mean?
Go look at your Twitter.
What did I say? What is that? At On Air Josh? Is that what that is?
Yeah, I responded at Trevor Thomas IW.
Let me see. Well, you're right. I did have a wonderful evening. It was date night. We went out to Henry Flock's Steakhouse, which is our favorite place to go hang out. It's great. I just said had a great date night with my wife Julie at her favorite restaurant, Henry Fox. I wanted to point out that she also got a steak because the photo I posted of her, she has a grasshopper ice cream drink.
Wouldn't that have been nice just to highlight your night?
And then I just mentioned that I'm hoping to be back there with Jeff Levering and yourself.
And then
on your dime.
There we go.
Well, those are the stipulations, no?
Those are.
That's not. I didn't say I'm going to be back here. I didn't, because that would be overconfident. I'm saying I'm hoping because I'm a realist and there's a chance. That's how that works.
Meanwhile, Jeff Levering, just along for the ride.
Yeah.
What is this? I just opened up Twitter and somebody on one of our affiliate Twitter pages, WNFL, just went on Trevor's dime as it should be.
Oh,
huh?
I knew that whoever ran the @WNFL account was a smart person. I knew that.
It's cute.
No. Hey, by the way, how long do you think Steph Curry has been playing in the NBA?
15 years.
You are better at this Price is Right rules thing than me. He started in 2009. Yeah. So 16.
Okay.
So this whole 3-point barrage has been there for at least 16 years.
You started something with this whole Trevor's dime thing. WNFL's Twitter page. Oh, on Trevor's dime, as it should be. Luke Sampe, our guy, weather extraordinaire and sports take talker on Trevor's dime.
Yeah.
I feel like if it's on my dime there at Henry Fox, there might be more people joining than I expect.
Well, hey, as far as I know, the bet is just you, me, and Mr. Levering.
I love that Jeff is in the bet and has zero skin in the game.
No.
We just, you know what, Jeff?
He was literally just passing by in the hallway as we made the bet, not even wanting to know what the conversation was. And we just grabbed him and pulled him by the collar and said, hey, this guy's in too.
Free steak. You interested? Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess. Invite to Green Bay. Sure. Hey, welcome to all of our affiliates. We are so proud to have you guys on the all-new Wisconsin Sports Radio Network. We just mentioned it, 99.7 FM WNFL in Green Bay in the Fox Valley. That's northeast Wisconsin, where I live. The Game in Wausau on 93.9 FM, 710 The Game in Duluth Superior, and 1250 AM and 105.7 FM The Fan in Milwaukee. Make sure to follow the network on social media as well at WI Sports Radio, where yesterday we put out the first ever Inside Wisconsin Sports Twitter poll.
Sure did.
That was roughly 23 hours ago. There's 30 minutes left on the poll.
30 minutes to right this ship.
It ain't going anywhere. The ship is sinking. The question was simple. NBA? Question mark. 68%. Now this is statistics, I understand, but 68% said no. And 32% said yes. There's a lot of no's, man.
Be honest. You're surprised by the amount of yes.
I am. Yeah, I am.
You thought it'd be less. That's my point. Listen, I'm not even mad about that. And the question was NBA. It wasn't even Bucks, because I still feel like there's a lot of people in that know that just watch the Bucks, just watch Giannis, and don't love the NBA. And I think that's fair. I think there are a lot of people that just watch the Brewers they're not watching a random baseball game if their team isn't playing in the middle of May. I don't know that there's as many fans as you think that are doing that either.
Well, we'll take the next half an hour to decide what our next Twitter poll will be, and it will be one word with a question mark. So Why don't you think? The Nicolay Law Fan talking text line is open. What do you think? 414-677-1250. 414-677-1250, the Nicolay Law Fan talking text line. One word. That's how we're going to do Twitter polls, at least for now.
Yeah.
One word.
We'll see how long that lasts.
Steak? We'll see.
100% yes.
100% yes. Now, ribeye?
I'm a filet guy.
You're like my wife.
Yeah. Beautiful. Is that
stunning?
Thank you.
Stunning. Now,
see how I turned that on.
What did you say to me last night on the phone? I laughed so hard on this.
Yeah.
I said, here's what I said to you.
Yeah.
I chose not to put this on Twitter. What I didn't tell you is I'm choosing to say this on the air.
No, well, which is worse, but go ahead.
Julie is a very good-looking woman. You outkicked thy coverage.
Yes, I've heard that once or twice.
Yes.
Thank you.
And you said.
And I said, you are not allowed to say that because
that's not what you said. You said stay away.
Yeah, well, same thing.
Which I'm like, what do you mean stay away? I was just commenting that you have a gorgeous family.
She's 6'3", you're 6'8", tall, dark, and handsome. You got this deep, rugged voice. You put a bald cap on you can't even tell that you're bald. And she's married to a 6-foot round pudgy guy. Stay away. Go. Shoo. Stay up there in Green Bay.
Worry about. You're far more charismatic than I am.
Listen, I didn't say it was about you. I didn't say that I thought you were going to be the problem. Okay?
You think yourself is the problem?
No. I just don't want. I don't want Julie getting any ideas. Okay? That maybe there is a taller, deeper voiced radio guy out there. She needs to think that all the radio guys look like me.
Good thing
they're all
doesn't have YouTube.
Like me. Yeah.
YouTube.com/WI Sports Radio if you'd like to watch at your own peril and see the bald, tall, apparently tall, dark, and handsome fella with a deep voice, or Josh.
I'm also here. Hi.
Go to the YouTube search bar, search Inside Wisconsin Sports. We'll pop up. YouTube.com/@WI Sports Radio. Make sure to follow the show on Twitter as well, @Inside Wis Sports. This show 100% dedicated to you, Wisconsin, the people, the stories, and the statriotism of America's Dairyland. I stopped into the doctor's office yesterday because I have a weird nodule on my left tonsil, and that's been bugging me ever since I started talking for 3 straight hours on the radio every morning.
Yeah, you're not built for it.
And the doctor said, start some gurgling. Like maybe gurgle some warm salt water, or go get yourself a Listerine and gurgle that. So I gurgled Listerine for the first time in my entire. I've used that before, mouthwash, but I've never gurgled it. What a bubbly mess that became.
Yeah, I would have loved to have seen the video of that.
Amanda should have took it. It was epic. Epic fail is what it felt like, because it still hurts today.
You hear that, everyone? He's not perfect.
Nope, I'm not, but I am tall.
I do want to know if we came to a decision on the Halloween costume, by the way.
We did not, but there were some good suggestions. There was 2 that really stuck out to me. One was Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Saw that one.
That's kind of neat because Rocky's tall and Bullwinkle's not, so that fits us. Somebody said the Jolly Green Giant and what's his little buddy's name? It's not Squirt. It's
I don't know.
Can't remember. And then my favorite, a mountain and a mountain climber.
A mountain.
So I dress up as a mountain.
How do you make a mountain?
No idea. That's exactly what Amanda said. But I'm willing to try, because if she's going to dress up as a mountain climber, you have my attention.
Yeah, fair enough.
I think that's really good. And then, of course, right away, Amanda was back and goes, is that a dynamic duo? I was like, in my opinion, it is.
We sure could be.
Dynamic as it gets.
How much fun we having tonight?
And is Kevin Porter Jr. okay? 10 points.
Hope so.
In 9 minutes before he left with an ankle sprain last night.
I mean, listen, if you're going to have something like that happen, right? Good time for it. Because we just talked about yesterday about long NBA season, a lot of load management. Get that stuff out of the way now, right?
Right.
Look at how positive I'm being, right?
I love it. I frankly don't recognize you.
Same guy.
We still have questions.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't get to any of them. And you didn't get to any of yours. Good news. That's what we do in the next segment. 6:25 every day. I have questions, and we know you do too. The Nicolay Law Fan Talk and Text Line, 414-677-1250. The Wisconsin Sports Radio Network, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. This is Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. I have questions. Welcome back inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh on the all-new Wisconsin Sports Radio Network, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Follow us on Twitter at Trevor Thomas IW, at On Air Josh. The show is at Inside Wis Sports, and the network at WI Sports Radio. Is it W or W? What do you say?
W.
I always say W. Always.
Like a W.
Yeah, not W.
W? Is that the other way
Some
you're
people
saying
say
it?
W. I don't know. Just
You know
question.
what? I think maybe it depends on what I'm saying. Because when I don't say WWE.
WWE. Oh, that's annoying.
See what I mean?
Yep.
Sometimes I think I just say dub.
To me, that sounds like a
WWE.
question. It's in the right segment.
Oh.
This is I Have Questions.
When things just don't add up, Trevor and Josh ask the hard questions or just point out how messed up stuff is.
I only have one question.
Can you fly this plane and land it? Surely you can't be serious.
Do you view this season as a failure?
You asked me the same question last year.
What's the most important question the Badgers have to answer Saturday?
This is a great question. Oh my God, this is a great question.
It's time for I Have Questions on Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh.
The Nicolay Law Fan Talk and Text line is open for your questions, and we have a number of questions already coming in there. 414-677-1250. 414-677-1250. The Nicolay Law Fan Talk and Text line. Get your questions in. Before we get to our questions, Josh.
Yes.
Yours, mine. I want to answer this question that came in from the 608. 6 minutes ago. Is this sports radio or a man version of The View? The answer is yes. We will talk about Wisconsin sports every single segment on this show. And if you're sitting at a bar with a buddy that has ADHD, that's me, you'll get some of The View sometimes. You too?
Also me.
Well, there you go. We're going to be a little scattered.
I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't paying attention to what you just said.
Because you were already thinking about what you were going to say.
I'm just zoning at some bobbleheads over here.
Yes, this is Sports Talk Radio, and we want to have conversation about sports that is less X's and O's and more like Wisconsin sporting life. That's what this is all about. That's how we're going to interview guests, by the way, is about life in Wisconsin sports, not tell me what the play call is going to be on 3rd and 7. Don't care.
Also, the people that ask that are like old-timey grandpas, apparently.
Yeah, they use their fingers like this.
Well, now, why don't you tell me about your plan on Sunday?
I have questions.
Do you?
And here's the first one.
Okay.
When was the last time you drove 90 miles an hour, Josh?
90. Probably the last time I drove 100.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fairly required. Is this often?
No. But it was, and it was, at least the time that I remember, it was when I was driving to Wichita, when I went to school at Wichita State. It's a boring drive. I was in a 05 Honda Civic that could barely get to 100. And so once on that 12-hour drive, once or twice, maybe it would, we would hit it. And then we would say, Hundo, hey, we hit a Hundo. There you go. As something to like celebrate. I ain't going 90 that often. I have no reason to.
You ever have anybody with Life 360 on their phone where you get to see like how fast you drove when?
No. What is that?
Oh, it's an app that shows you where your family is, how fast they're going in the car, like how long they've been there. It's just a way to track your kids, essentially.
Wow.
Big fan.
I'm so glad I'm not there yet.
When Amanda had her appendicitis attack, and
how fast was she going?
Oh, it wasn't her driving. She was kind of passed out, half conscious. Yeah. I think I hit 98. That was, I think, on August 25th. I mean, 98 miles an hour. The last time Cam Jones of Marquette basketball stardom drove 90 was on Monday, and apparently his brakes didn't work as fast as they should have, and he's apologetic.
We're hearing from Pacers rookie Cam Jones for the first time since his arrest here in Indy.
Jones returned to the team yesterday after leading police on a brief chase earlier this week. Police say that Jones was driving recklessly Monday and speeding along I-65. Officers tried to pull him over, but they say that Jones kept going.
Now, officers finally were able to pull Jones over. This is actually, you can see here, drone cam of that. This is near I-65 and Fletcher Avenue.
Walking back.
The exit there as police. He later told them that he was actually going so fast because he was running late for practice. But here is Jones and head coach Rick Carlisle addressing that incident.
Turned out to be a speeding ticket and probably not much more. The kid thought he was going to be late to practice, so he was going too fast. And I'm not going to get into much more about it than that. But he insisted on apologizing to the team today, and I just want to let him say a few words to you guys right now.
I'm obviously deeply sorry to the Pacers organization, the fans.
I bet.
This is a pretty traumatic experience for me. I've never been through anything like this, but definitely a mistake that I've learned from, and anything close won't come. Nothing close will happen to this again. Deeply sorry to the organization, and looking forward to kind of letting this go past and get back to work.
He goes on to say that that's a pretty traumatic experience when you run from the cops and they have their guns out. It turns out.
Yeah, I'd imagine. Yeah,
I watched that clip. Another cop pulled up, pulled his gun, cleared the car. Cam's walking backwards towards the cops. We've all been late before, but not once did it ever cross my mind to go, you know what? I don't care about your blue and red lights. I got to get to practice.
Yeah.
So why don't you just follow me there and we'll talk about it then? Ew.
What about if you would have seen cherries and berries when you were going to the emergency room, though, with Amanda?
Was trying to get pulled over. That is the craziest part of this whole story with Amanda's appendicitis. I called my neighbor when we were leaving Rhodey's football game and said, hey, something's wrong with Amanda. Meet me at the park and ride by where we live. I'm going to dump the boys out into your car, right? As we're pulling into this park and ride, because I didn't want to be the ambulance, I can't make this up. An ambulance pulled into the parking lot right ahead of us. And I looked at Amanda and I said, that's a sign. No, we're fine. I'm fine. I married a stubborn German woman.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Wisconsin.
Yep.
So I am hauling on the way to the hospital, hoping to get pulled over because that will be a future Trevor problem. But I would love to have an escort for this woman that's currently passed out in the passenger seat.
Yeah.
Because she has sepsis. Anyway, Cam Jones, apologetic, made a mistake. I was just curious if this 90-mile-an-hour thing was a normal speeding temperature.
Not for me. It seems like for some people, but not for me. I do think it was interesting listening to the coach's reaction of just like, this is a speeding ticket.
Yeah.
Didn't want to miss practice. Not gonna have it again.
Not for me. Not for you. I think that's a felony.
He wants to say something. Here you go. I was like, oh, all right. Like, it seemed to me like off camera, coach is going, I appreciate you making the hustle, bud. Like, that's the tone. I'm not saying that's what he, I'm just saying, you listen to that clip, you hear the coach's, that tone. That's what he's saying. Hey, I have questions.
Do you?
Yeah. Do you think that the reaction that we heard in Pfizer for Chris Middleton reached the levels you thought it would yesterday?
First off, shame on FanDuel Sports. Did you know that they didn't play that whole video or his introduction on TV at all? Like, the one thing that got hyped all day yesterday was that Chris Middleton was coming back. We didn't get to see it unless you were at the game. So off to Twitter I go. And that's where I had that same question. And I was kind of judgy about it because I didn't think, based on the hoopla that was Chris Middleton coming back and all the conversation about retiring his number, I personally didn't think it was as loud or proud or rambunctious as I expected. Did you?
I'm hoping that we can get some reaction here from listeners, someone who was at the game, to tell me, because I've started not judging crowd noise based on what I hear on a TV broadcast. I feel like they make it lighter. It's not as loud as it could be. And so that's my hope, is that it was louder there than what we heard on TV. That's my hope. I think it could have been a little bit louder. Also, I have a follow-up question based on what you just said.
Please do.
Do you think that Chris Middleton's number should be retired?
100%.
Okay, good.
100%. Listen, we don't have that many championships to choose from. 2.
Mm-hmm.
So at that point, if there are players that are worthy of number retirement based on that accomplishment, Giannis, Chris Middleton, yeah, they apply.
What about Holiday?
That's the other one. Yep, I think so. Those 3. That's probably it, respectfully, to the rest of the team. But if we're going to retire numbers, it's those 3. That's just my opinion. What questions do you have out there, Wisconsin, the Nicolay Law Fan Talk and Text Line? Let's check in with all of you. 414-677-1250. 414-677-1250. What'd you find?
Well, what about Brooke Lopez?
See, this is where the ADHD gets the best of us. I'm out on him. I think he was great, but I'm not going to retire his number.
But he wasn't a big enough part of the team that brought you a ship. And
do you have a question or a comment?
I guess my comment is, the question is, how many people is it? What's enough? And if it's more than the big 3, and you're including Lopez, or you're doing something, then having them all be at that point, is that the peak? Is that the most? I went on record yesterday saying they should be building the Giannis statue now.
You said 6 of them, as a matter of fact.
Correct. And there's only 4 sides to that building, 6 statues. I don't know. Find another place for the other 2. But there were some people saying, where's the Chris Middleton statue going? And I went, ooh, is Middleton's statue worthy?
Like, where statues outside the Fiserv?
Not yet.
That's that. So is it because that's a new arena, or because the Bucks don't think that somebody deserves a statue yet?
Those are good questions. And I have questions.
Yeah, good. Well, maybe we'll do some research and tackle those questions tomorrow. 414-677-1250, the Nicolay Law Fan Talk and Text Line. Kirsten from GB. Morning, boys. The week has been so much better listening to the 2 of you back together.
Oh,
sweet Packers hat, Josh.
Well, she must be watching us on YouTube.
Trevor, I've had issues watching a full NBA game for 25-ish years. I can watch college games all day, but the NBA just hits different. That's Bill in Madison. Totally agree.
Oh, my God.
Ann in O'Connell says, I was pretty spot on with my prediction for the poll. I believe she said it was going to be 70-30. I concurred. I'm not. There is a guy. Okay. This whole Cubs fan thing better leave me by next MLB season.
Oh, it's going to come roaring back.
God.
I think it might leave you for the offseason, but it's coming back. Hey, how about this 414 that said, to be fair, I've been on 65 through Indy, and the faster I'm out of there, the better. Okay. Someone was at the game. 262 was at the game last night. Said the Chris Middleton ovation was jumping and long. Okay. So that's what I'm saying. I think that what we saw on TV, the portions we saw, what we saw and heard was different than what was actually experienced in the arena. That's my guess and my thought on all of it.
Someone in the 317 says, it's great to hear you both again. One of the largest problems that the NBA, MLB, and NHL have is that they all lack fans of the game. That's interesting, the way they put that. This person is a big fan of the Packers and also the NFL. So he's going to watch games that the Packers aren't playing in. That's fascinating. We talked about this earlier in the week. If there are other teams playing the sport that we love to watch most, for me, that's the Brewers, right? And then the Packers, and then college, and then so on. Are we watching when they're not playing? Self-admittedly, I'm not watching as often. Like, I have no desire to sit and watch the Vikings game tonight. None.
See, to me, the only sport that is the case is the NFL. I can put on an NFL game if the Packers aren't playing and enjoy it, depending on what the teams are. It could be Ohtani against Paul Skeens. It could be an electric baseball matchup. I ain't watching it. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time. How about a statue of Giannis and Chris hugging or celebrating?
Oh, so okay. I like this. So Middleton is part of one of the 6 Giannis statues.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay, that's a good compromise.
Did you see the tribute video they played for him last night?
Yes, I did.
It was well done.
It was well done.
A lot of moments between him and Giannis and the championship trophy and all those things. All right, let's get to break. The most electrifying sound of the day is next. Plus, we'll continue to read off your questions, your comments, and apparently for some of you, your concerns. We'll get to them. We promise. Wisconsin Sports Radio Network Studios, we're in them, and they are powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. This is Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. The most electrifying sound of the day is next. Stay hip. The Wisconsin Sports Radio Network, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook, Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh, is live on your radio and maybe on your YouTube if you so chose. We're very grateful to be a part of the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network and all of the affiliates across the state of Wisconsin. 99.7 FM WNFL in Green Bay, 93.9 The Game in Wausau, 710 The Game in Duluth Superior, and 1250 AM and 105.7 FM The Fan in Milwaukee. Make sure to follow them on social media. Us, them, together, all of us.
Forever.
All of them together. Ooh.
Forever.
I do that very well. Together. That's WWE intro, in case you're wondering. Social. See, there's that ADHD coming back.
Hi.
At WI Sports Radio is how to follow along with the network. We're on Twitter, too. At Trevor Thomas IW. Josh is at On Air Josh. The show at Inside Wis Sports, which presents to you now the most electrifying sound of the day.
It's time for
The most electrifying
sound of the day
The most electrifying
on Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. Brought to you by Best Electric. Learn more at bestelect.com. Don't stress. Connect with the best.
Giannis with the kick out. Look at that up fake. What a hello! Milwaukee will keep you. Wow. We turned that thing sideways, Miles Turner. Went through the defender on the baseline. What a start for him.
What a start indeed. That Miles Turner dunk last night is our most electrifying sound of the day, brought to you by our friends at Best Electric. Remember, no job is too big or too small for Best Electric. Don't stress. Connect with the best. Call them today or visit bestelect.com.
That's what I love about the NBA. Those types of calls. Thanks to FanDuel Sports for the call, Lisa Byington.
I mean, listen, in the Middleton news, him coming back, that whole narrative, that whole story, it kind of got put on the back burner. That, hi, Miles Turner.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome to Milwaukee.
And we're going to keep you.
Yeah, we think we're going to just put you right here and leave you there.
He had a really great game in a way that we haven't seen the Bucks have in a while, which is a very nice compliment to Giannis. Gary Trent Jr. had 17 points last night. That was the remotely closest to what Giannis did with his 37-point performance. Bucks 133, Wizards 120, and a combined 86 3-point attempts.
Which Trevor loves if you missed the first segment of the show.
It.
Huge fan of all the 3-point attempts. I have a question. Do you think that sorry, I know this was last segment, but
it's okay.
I'm going to do it anyway.
Okay.
Do you think that Turner and Giannis end up being a better duo than what we had in Dame and Giannis?
No. Totally different ball.
I understand. I understand that. I'm just saying, like, there was a lot of, it just didn't work between Dame and Giannis. There are a lot of conversations about that. They each got their own, but it just, on the court, didn't seem to play as much. I'm curious if, having the additional all-star we needed on this team was a center of all things.
Didn't see that coming.
No.
Someone in the 201 agrees with you. Giannis and Turner, best front court in the league and going to dominate for the Bucks all the way to the NBA Finals.
I mean,
Giannis had come out and said that. Wait a minute, this team is dangerous.
He did.
There's some dangerous things about this team, which I was encouraged by because of all of the chatter in the offseason about Giannis leaving and the Bucks not being able to compete for a championship. Howdy, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I think Giannis agrees this isn't that big of a deal. We're actually going to be pretty good. Someone in the 414 has a great suggestion for where the first Giannis statue needs to go.
Okay.
Got a great spot for it, this person says. Josh, how about your front yard? Julie would love that.
I would love it. I'd be absolutely fine with it.
This person said Julie would love it.
Great. If she'd love it, I mean, she wouldn't, but I would love to have a Giannis statue outside my house. I think it would only severely increase the value of my home. 920 chimed in on the Nicolay Law Fan Talking text line and said, Middleton was good, but he was not retired jersey number great. Nope, not close. I think that's very interesting because I think we're both in agreement. It's retired jersey good. The question was, is it statue good? Which is another thing. Is a jersey retirement? I feel like you get a jersey retirement before you get a statue outside the building. Am I wrong on that?
Yeah, because I think there are teams that have put up statues of current players that are deservedly of a statue, or somebody that maybe isn't necessarily far enough. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. You asked me a question I've done zero research on, so this is what you're going to get.
Current player statue?
I don't know. Are we talking just about basketball?
I'm talking all sports. You tell me one
coaches?
sport.
What about coaches? What about broadcasters?
Yeah.
Oh, that doesn't qualify in this conversation?
No, we're talking athletes. An athlete statue of a current athlete?
What about a catcher that batted 200 and went into the radio booth? Did he deserve a statue before his number was retired? Yeah. Sometimes it's worthy. Was Tom Brady, did he get a statue while he was still playing? Or was it just after he was retired?
That's what I'm saying. I don't
know.
think he got one as he was playing. I don't think so.
I also have no idea.
I think it was done. I think the statue outside is a that happens after the number's retired. I really do. And the question for me isn't, do the Bucks retire 22? I think that's a done deal. It should be a done deal.
How long between now and when the Packers retire number 12? That'd be a good over-under bet, because obviously that's happening, and there's a huge game involving that number 12 only. He's wearing number 8 now. This weekend, Packers, Steelers, Sunday night. After the game, make the switch to the Green Bay football postgame show. Steve, Sparky Pfeiffer, and Tommy Wartz will welcome your calls and text after the game Sunday night on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network. You know why? Because they don't work the morning show.
No, but
that's going to be a late one.
It's a fun tune-in after a Packer game.
Totally.
Yeah, absolutely.
The good, the bad, the ugly, which is what I love the most. I grew up literally board-hopping the Green Bay Packers radio network and the 3-hour, back then, the 3-hour post-game show that was just brutal with how bad these dudes did or did not sometimes like the performance of the Green Bay Packers. That's what you'll get here. The Green Bay football postgame show on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network. Up next, it's the morning mind dump. The coffee's kicked in. It's a safe place. Let's get the things off our chest and out of our heads. Get those voices to go away. Don't carry it with you on your day. Bring it to us, the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network and Inside Wisconsin Sports. The morning mind dump is next. This is all powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Stay here. I am an eternal optimist. So please, God, don't tell me that you're an eternal pessimist.
I like to say I'm a realist.
Oh, it's great. We're going to get along great. This is going to be great.
This is Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh.
Absence makes the heart grow fonder, maybe. I have a lot of great memories from my time there. A lot of great interactions with fans over the years. Living in Green Bay, living in Swamico, living in Hobart, going to Chives, being out and about, seeing people at the Piggly Wigglies when I'm shopping for groceries. I grew up there. I spent 18 years there, from 21 to 39. So I'm thankful for my time there. Obviously, would have loved to ride off in the sunset after a Super Bowl. Right? That's not the way the league goes sometimes.
I have questions. I know it's the morning mind dump, but I have questions.
Oh, no, you got feelings, baby.
Oh, I do. What's up, Wisconsin? The Wisconsin Sports Radio Network, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook, is on your radio statewide. Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. Follow us on Twitter at Trevor Thomas IW, at On Air Josh, at Inside Wis Sports, and the network at WI Sports Radio. Watch us live on YouTube. Hello, how are you?
Hey.
YouTube.com/at Wis WI Sports Radio. I want to say Wis Sports Radio. It's not. WI Sports Radio.
You could. It's the same thing.
Click the search bar, Inside Wisconsin Sports, enter, boom. There we will be. The Nicolay Law Fan Talk and Text line is where you are. 414-677-1250. Every day on this show at 7 o'clock, we just get the yuckies out. The coffee's kicked in. We're awake. My brain fog is gone from my alarm waking up at 4 a.m., waking me up at 4 a.m. I hate the world at 4 a.m. when my alarm goes off, by the way.
Yes.
It takes me about 10 minutes to not be angry. And then I'm good. But then the day starts, and I feel it kind of, building up in me, and I need to get it out, like mind dump like.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay. We'll do the mind dump then. Once I kill this. There we go.
The coffee is kicked in. We're awake and ready to roll. Let's get some things off our chest and out of our heads.
You don't know what it's like to be me out here for you. It is an up at dawn, pride-swallowing siege that I will never fully tell you about, okay?
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take this anymore!
I'm in a glass case of emotion!
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
We've got no food, we've got no jobs, our pets' heads are falling off!
It's time for the Morning Mind Dump on Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh.
Time for the Morning Mind Dump. The Nicolay Law Fan Talk and Text line, 414-677-1250. What are you carrying with you today that you just got to get out? Get it off your chest. This is a safe place. And we're probably going to read it on the radio. Text us, would you? The Nicolay Law Fan Talk and Text line, 414-677-1250. The audio that we played there at the top of the hour to start this hour of Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh was the audio yesterday from one Aaron Rodgers, who was with the media and being asked questions in regards to, hey, what do you think of this game? How do you feel about Green Bay? Maybe some people. What about the organization? And I never feel like we get an honest answer. Now, pause. I get it. He's not going to come out and throw people on blast. He's not going to air all of his laundry, even though he's done so. I would say those that aren't airing their laundry are in the building at 1265, but I digress. But he said some really interesting things, and I want to play this again, Josh.
Yeah.
Just the audio of Rodgers talking about what all of this is going to mean this weekend.
Here's his clip.
I don't have any animosity toward the organization. Obviously, I wish that, things have been better in our last year there, but, I have a great relationship with a lot of people still in that organization. And
Not all the people.
This is not a revenge game for me. I'm just excited to see some of those guys and be on Sunday Night Football again.
Have your feelings toward the organization evolved the longer you've been away from them? That not feeling animosity, is that something you kind of had to work to feel, work to get to this point?
We're always working on ourselves and trying to be better than we were.
Yeah. Oh, okay. We're going to keep playing it from there, but I can't.
Daddy. Listen, this is fun. This is fun for me because I am an emotional bowl of pudding, and I'm watching my 6'8" co-host here, and he is going through it. Listening, you are going through it right now.
God.
Hearing this Rodgers audio, man.
It's just all bull. It's all BS.
All of it? You don't believe anything he's saying?
Question. Do you have the ability to rewind on that for like 5 seconds? No? Is it all just yeah? Play it from there once for a second.
Have your feelings toward the organization evolved the longer you've been away from them? That not feeling animosity.
Have your feelings changed about the organization over time? That's the question. We all know how you felt leaving, and you're a big boy. How have things evolved? Very simple question. His answer doesn't even come close to answering the question.
Is that something you kind of had to work to feel, work to get to this point?
We're always working on ourselves and trying to be better than we were.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. But I feel like whoever's asking that question kind of bails him out. She keeps going by saying, like, is that something you had to work on? If she would have just left it at, before she says it's something, like it kind of gave him an out to give a cliche answer of, well, aren't we always working on ourselves to be better, blah, 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 blah.
Or maybe just answer the question. Keep going.
Previous day, previous month, previous year. Absence makes the heart grow fonder, maybe.
That has nothing. What does that have to do with anything? We weren't asking how are you feeling after your divorce. We were like, has it changed? Because you were one angry elf.
Remember you.
No.
Will you remember me?
I can hear the radio clicking off. All across the state. Click, 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 click. I just want the dude to be. He is a master at the words. He is a master at the words. He knows exactly what he's saying when he's saying it. Keep playing this.
I have a lot of great memories from my time there. A lot of great interactions with fans over the years.
We didn't ask you that.
Not Trevor,
That's
apparently.
not what we asked you. Keep going.
Living in Green Bay, living in Swamico, living in Hobart, going to Chives, being out and about, seeing people at the Piggly Wiggly when I'm shopping for groceries. I grew up there. I spent 18 years there, from 21 to 39. So I'm thankful for my time there. Obviously, would have loved to ride off in the sunset after a Super Bowl win, but that's not the way the league goes sometimes. And, I knew the writing was on the wall when Jordan was picked. And as a matter of time, I happened to win MVP the first 2 years he was with us. But I knew at some point there would be a change. And if I wanted to play, it'd probably have to be elsewhere. So I understand the situation.
Okay. Hear me out on this.
Okay, yeah. You have the floor, pal.
I grabbed some audio from Matt LaFleur yesterday that I didn't tell you I was grabbing.
Okay.
All right.
That's always fun.
Listen to this and tell me what team wouldn't want the quarterback that Matt LaFleur is describing here.
He looks like he can still do anything. He's still moving around pretty good, too. You've seen it in multiple games. I mean, he had an off schedule the other day versus Cincinnati where they drop 8. He's running back and forth the field, throws a touchdown pass. Obviously, the one to Freiermuth, that 70-yarder he got out of the pocket, made a hell of a throw on that one. The arm strength is still plenty there. You especially saw it on the Hail Mary. I mean, I don't know many guys that can throw the ball over 70 yards in the air. I'm not quite sure how far it went, but had to have been at least 70 yards. It's still pretty impressive what he can do. He can throw with pinpoint accuracy. There was one, I know the ball ended up getting picked off, but it's 2-man on DK, and he threads the needle, and the DB just ripped it away. But it was a great pass. It's just this guy is extremely accurate, and he can, if you give him just a sliver of light, he can fit the ball in there.
What team wouldn't want that guy? That sounds like an unbelievable quarterback who is everything any team would ever want.
Okay.
Except for the Packers. And except for the Jets. So when we hear from him yesterday, and Bakhtiari said this on the Tundra, John Kuhn and Match Diamonds podcast. I can't wait for all of the audio this week that says it's just another game. I think Jordan Love had a little bit of that yesterday with, I believe he came out and said something about, I'm playing against the Steelers defense and he's playing against the Packers defense. Play it.
That's not the one I have.
I don't know. Play it anyway. It's still good from Jordan.
Yeah, no, Aaron was great. I think anytime just being in the quarterback room, you want to have a great relationship with everybody in the room. So I think just to, make it a fun environment for what you're going to be in every day. So, I think coming into it, obviously I never knew what to expect, but, I think Aaron was great to me all 3 years. And I think really everybody that was in that quarterback room with us, my time, it's been great. We've got no issues. It's been just a great room to be a part of.
I haven't heard anybody come out and say, per the conversation, that they've had issues with Aaron Rodgers.
Well, of course.
But yet you listen to Matt LaFleur talk about this unbelievable quarterback that the Packers are going to go up against this weekend. Bro, there's a piece missing that I'm not sure is ever going to come out. And by the way, that's not me saying I know what it is. But none of this makes sense to me. It doesn't add up.
I'm very confused at what your mind dump is here, what you're trying to dump right now. Are you saying there's something specific going on? Are you saying there's something that, like, specifically with Rodgers? What is the point you're trying to make here in regards to this animosity that you're feeling?
So bad news. I don't think I have a point. That's what sometimes mind dumps are about.
Okay.
I just got to get it out. And I literally wrote down this. There's just something about him. There's just something about him. Look at the Nicolay Law fan talk and text line, 414-677-1250. We're playing this audio, and the 414 says, narcissist Mr. Rogers, all about me. Okay, and that was kind of, I'm not calling him a narcissist, by the way. That's this
that
person.
was the 414.
I'm just simply saying, if you listen back to that audio clip that we were trying to break down until I couldn't listen to it anymore and started spewing, the question wasn't about you. The question was, how have you processed? Has time healed any of the wounds? And immediately, it wasn't about that. It was about, absence makes the heart grow fonder. What does that mean? What we asked how you're feeling about the organization, and he was very, very particular. I have a great relationship with some of the people in the building. Not everyone.
Yeah, because maybe he doesn't. Listen, you're still talking to our. Listen. You're still talking to our ex. It's still the Green Bay Packers' ex-girlfriend. Okay, and so I'm not expecting him. This to me seemed like a perfect example of. We all know that we're no longer together. There were fights that broke us apart. We saw that this wasn't going to work, but I'm remembering the good times. When you're not with someone. You usually, you remember the good times unless it was really bad and you're holding that grudge. He's not doing that. He's saying, well, I don't know. I'm remembering the good times. Maybe it was the absence makes the heart grow fonder. I'm remembering living there. I'm remembering growing up there. I remember going to the Piggly Wiggly. I remember going to Chives. These are the things. That's no different than when you're like, well, we did have some good times together, didn't we? Remember when we went on that date and we saw that movie? It's literally no different. It's literally no different. It's just that this is an athlete talking about a sports team instead of two people who were in an actual relationship. That's it.
What we were bringing up in terms of this morning mind dump when Josh and I talked about this audio yesterday was, do we believe him? Right? And that's kind of what I'm processing with all of you out loud. I don't. And only because I don't have a reason to. If we're taking two things and comparing apples to apples. Number one, the dude can still play quarterback. Yet this organization here in Green Bay and the New York Jets organization says, thanks, but no thanks. Rodgers says the writing was on the wall when they drafted Jordan Love. What writing was on the wall?
Oh, come on.
What right? This is dead serious. Is there a timestamp on what the writing on the wall is going to be? This is what the Green Bay Packers do. They draft and develop quarterbacks.
Right. which meant that he knew eventually his time was up. And
But
it was.
his reaction was instant.
Come on. You would have been just as pissed if you found out, well,
I don't know.
Looks
Well,
like
why
my
was it
time's
okay
going to
when
be
he
up
was
soon.
drafted then? Why was it okay when he was drafted?
Who said it was? You think Favre was super happy about it? Favre,
no, that's my point.
All right, they drafted my replacement. Woo, let's go.
There's
a weird way to react.
It feels Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde to me is all. We're looking at someone who seemingly was a friend internally and a foe internally at the end here in Green Bay and apparently in the New York Jets system, who was annoyed when people from the Packers couldn't reach him unless they called him via FaceTime. And then the Jets invite him out to New Jersey and have a conversation about their moving on. To which Rodgers was like, don't you think we could have had a phone call? Oh my God. There. See, that's what the mind dump is. Just got to let it out. I just don't get it. I never will get it. I would this is weird. I would love to sit down and have a conversation with him one-on-one.
I don't think you'd make it through it.
I would. Because I would ask questions that.
But you'd hate his answers.
No, I wouldn't. Not one-on-one. Because I think when you get Aaron Rodgers one-on-one in a tight circle, he's a different dude. That's it. And I think he's so dialed in with his words that when we hear him talk about this weekend, and like he did yesterday, I just call a spade, buddy. This is absolutely a revenge game. You know how we know that? Because David Bakhtiari rode to practice with the guy in a golf cart every single day. And he came out and said, come on, let's be real.
Listen,
let's cut the BS.
I think that this is a revenge game because he's an athlete. And anytime a professional athlete can have an angle to add a little bit of fire to their preparation before a game, they take it. And so I think that part he's lying on. But as far as him being mad at the organization still or any of that stuff, I think that that's all I don't know. I'm sitting here going, I don't care. Like it's really crazy to me. Like I'm trying to help you because a lot of people here on the Nicolay Law
I don't want
talking text line, they're saying like, Josh, you got to help your co-host out here. Your boy's struggling a little bit. Let me help you. Let me try to help you. Okay, just accept some help. Okay, I want you to really put yourself in. Look at this from the perspective of an actual relationship, a romantic, emotional, physical relationship with another human being. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You dated Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers did a lot of amazing things with you. You guys had experiences together. It was beautiful. And then things got rough and Aaron changed. And you were like, you're not the same person you used to be. I never remember you being like this. And things got weird. And it just felt like the connection was gone. And then the relationship ended. But then you met someone else. You met someone else and you're very happy with that person. Right? As far as I know, you have no problems with your new partner, Jordan. Right? You're not doubting your relationship with Jordan. You like being with Jordan. So if you pass your ex, Aaron, as you're holding your new partner, Jordan's hand on the street, you're going to go up and get in his face? No. It's, hope you're doing well. I'm doing well. Hope you're doing well. Because you realize, hey, we found new people. We found new people that we're happy with now. Rodgers is happy with the Steelers. Packers are happy with Jordan Love. Packers fans, I believe, for the most part, are happy with Jordan Love. I don't think there's that feeling of that we were so obsessed with every time he spoke before, because we don't have to worry about that anymore. We can worry about our new girlfriend now and what she's doing because we love her. And we can just say, hey, we're happy that you're happy to our ex. And so I don't really care if he actually shopped at Piggly Wiggly. If he didn't, doesn't bother me at all.
What a cute way to think about how relationship breakups actually work. Super cute. because that's not reality. The 262, the fact Rodgers said it's not a revenge game means it's a revenge game. We're talking about Aaron Rodgers, and that's my point. The morning mind dump is all about trying to put it all together and get it out so you don't carry it with you the rest of the day.
Okay.
My apologies that mine took a little bit longer than I expected because I was all over the place. I told you at the beginning of the show I have ADHD.
You did say that.
I took great notes on this. And it's hard to pinpoint, you guys. It's difficult for me. It always has been. I was on record. I am on record. I am sweating. Am I pitting out? Not quite.
Oh, yeah. No, I see it.
Sorry. I'm on record of saying I just was never a Rodgers guy. I've lived here pretty much the entire time he lived here. I cross paths every now and again with the guy in our community. And it never felt like he was one of us. And it's because he's shifty. I just nailed it.
Is Jordan Love one of us?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Listen to how Jordan talks.
Mark the tape. Mark the tape on that.
Jordan's one of us.
If in 7 years
722
and things don't go great, and Jordan
but you just
wants
made my
out, and there's a change in the relationship.
Not the same. You just completely made my point. If Jordan's not great, none of this about Aaron Rodgers, none's a big word. The vast majority of this doesn't have anything to do with football. Listen to Matt LaFleur talk about the quarterback they're facing this weekend.
Yeah, I get it.
Elite quarterback in the NFL, 41 years old. None of any of this has to do with football. That's where my problem is.
Okay.
I need some water.
Yeah, you do that. When we come back, I got a morning mind dump that's going to tie in to so not only some of our listeners' talk and text line questions here and their mind dumps, but also our second poll question ever has been posted on the Twitter. And we're going to get to that too.
You're listening to the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook, inside Wisconsin Sports, with a sweaty Trevor and Josh. Welcome back inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh, live on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Statewide, baby. Proud to announce all of the new affiliates as a part of the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network. 99.7 FM WNFL in Green Bay and the Fox Valley. 93.9 The Game in Wausau. 710 The Game in Duluth Superior. And 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan in Milwaukee. Make sure to follow the sports network that rocks Wisconsin radio at WI Sports Radio. I just made that up on the fly.
I was going to say, that's new.
At Trevor Thomas IW, at On Air Josh, the show at Inside Wis Sports, and watch us on YouTube. My apologies for already standing and looking down at the camera.
That's okay.
Oh, that chair was really painful.
Yeah, you're going through it a little bit this morning.
YouTube.com/WI Sports Radio, or just search Inside Wisconsin Sports on YouTube and we will pop up. All right, Josh, I don't even know what I just did, but you have some feedback and you also have some listener feedback. So as you were.
Yeah. So my big morning mind dump was going to be kind of just trying to figure out how I feel about Aaron Rodgers. Because I feel like I'm very neutral. I'm very in the middle, and I'm not sure if that's how I'm supposed to feel. It's just how I feel. I'm very, yeah, he's not our quarterback anymore. I don't mind if he plays well, as long as it's not against my team, then I don't think I care much, which is a very weird place for someone like me to be in regards to emotions about anything sports related. And then one of the beautiful things about the morning mind dump is that you can, we get it out and we rely on each other to give you their opinions, everyone. That's why we want yours on the Nicolay Law Fan Talk and Text line, 414-677-1250 as well, helping us out here a little bit. But I realize more now that the way that I feel about Aaron Rodgers and the way that, Trevor, you feel about Aaron Rodgers might be just the difference of location and where we live and what we experienced with Aaron Rodgers. I saw Aaron Rodgers mostly on a television. I saw him play football a few times, but I've never lived in Green Bay. I've never lived in the area you have. And so it's easier for me, I feel like at this point, to not hold on to any grudges or any annoyances that he might have. And I feel like there's something inside of you and a few other people that have 920 area codes and 715 area codes and that live in that general area that aren't letting it go, that are it's still all of those problems, all of those irritations that existed, they still exist in your guys' minds. They're still there. And I'm not telling you how to fan. I'm not telling you you're wrong for feeling that way. I'm just saying I don't know that I'm on the same page or viewing this the same way as you. And I think the reason why is maybe just because, being in Green Bay proper, maybe, when he says things about going to the Piggly Wiggly and things, well, I didn't go to that Piggly Wiggly and you did. And so maybe that just changes things a little bit as far as the way that Aaron Rodgers is viewed.
It's a very valid point. It's a very, very valid
You know what
point.
I mean?
Yeah, I do. I do think that there's some reality to that. I've lived here in De Pere / Green Bay for almost 20 years. This is a small community, even though it's the third largest community, the metro area of Green Bay and the Fox Valley in the state of Wisconsin. Green Bay and the Fox Valley are bigger than the Madison metro. This is a big area, and yet it's a super small community. Hey, Josh, I know that we were going off about Aaron Rodgers, but there is some seriously breaking news happening in the NBA right now.
What's happening?
There is a massive FBI. Hang on, I'm going to get this right. Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to grab my laptop.
Okay.
There is a massive FBI investigation into illegal sports betting,
Oh boy.
a gambling probe. This is all from Sham Sharania, by the way, ESPN. The Eastern District of New York and FBI Director Kash Patel will hold a press conference at 10 a.m. Eastern to announce the arrest from the investigation. So far, according to Shams, Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier was arrested early Thursday morning as part of the sports gambling probe. And now, 5 minutes ago, Portland Trailblazers coach Chauncey Billups arrested by the FBI for alleged illegal gambling. And it does not appear that it's going to stop there, because if Kash Patel is going to come out with a press conference at 9 a.m. Central to announce the arrest from the investigation, I feel like this is only just begun. This is nuts, man.
Welcome to the start of the NBA season.
Seriously. Wow.
2 days in?
I like this kind of news. This is fascinating. I mean, I don't like it for all these people, but you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, we'll wait for more updates there, I guess. But yeah, that is interesting to see and hear who else is there. Hopefully, none of the people we know or love.
Well, that's
where
scary, your mind goes right away. You're like, oh boy, is this going to affect anybody? You know, and I talked about this during the Dodgers and the Brewers series.
Yeah.
Sorry for the hard pivot, Wisconsin.
Yeah,
but
this was
some
hard
fairly
pivot.
big news. I've thought about this a lot when it comes to Shohei Ohtani. That whole betting thing that he had, got swept under the rug faster than anything I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I wondered why. Like, is it because he was insane and like the best baseball player we've probably ever seen?
Yeah, that's it. Yep.
Well, that's not the case for the NBA, apparently. This is going to be
money.
Really interesting. All right.
Well,
that's
tell
what
me,
happens.
if LeBron James gets arrested today, then I'll freak out. Then I'll be like, okay, something's up. No offense to Terry Rozier and Chauncey Billups, but you know, they're not people that the NBA has fall guys for.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. It's just that's the difference between Ohtani and the names we've heard so far in this FBI NBA illegal gambling case, which is breaking news. Yes.
All right. Forgive the interruption there, but that happens sometimes on live radio. That is some big stuff. 9 a.m. Central. There's going to be a big press conference about what's going on in the NBA. All right, back to our regularly scheduled Rogers itching bay.
Yeah, so I wanted to go to the Nicolay Law talking text line here. Nick in West Bend says, what if Rogers doesn't view this as revenge? It's been 3 years, guys. Get over it. Maybe he has gotten over it, and you all just love to hate him. Of course, Rogers wants to beat the Packers' brakes off, but he may not view it with disdain like you want him to.
Is there something that leads you to believe this? Because please point it out to me. If there's something that I'm completely missing about the Aaron Rodgers that we watched the last 3 years in Green Bay, and now the previous 3 years, did he say or do something that leads you to believe that this is not a revenge game for him?
I'm saying, and I think what Nick in West Bend is trying to say is, I think he can look at this game as I want to beat the Packers. I want to beat the Packers so I can say that I've beat every team. I don't want to beat them because of things that happened in the building or way that I was treated or any of these other narratives that I think yourself and certain Packers fans are holding on to. I think that is his whole point. He can still look at this as I want to beat the Green Bay Packers, but I don't want to beat the Green Bay Packers because of them treating me poorly, which is exactly what he said in that audio clip. There's no animosity. I enjoyed my time there.
To the organization.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I get it. That's what I'm saying. I think, you're still diving into the words a little bit more. And I think we were all there at one point.
Jason from the 920. Very interesting here. Rodgers isn't dumb, and he's not going to let the media take his words and then throw it back in his face after the fact. Oh, JT. Buddy, you are wrong on this one. I see your tweet, and I raise you an immunized. Yes, he does. He chooses his words specifically for a reason. Here's another one. This is very interesting. Is Aaron Rodgers married?
Yeah, I don't know.
Never came out and said he was married.
Yeah.
Ever. Not once.
Yeah. You know what's crazy about that? I saw that news, and then I didn't care about it at all. I saw people were like, if he's married, where's his wife? And I went, scroll up.
Yeah, that's
keep going. Listen, I'm not trying to put down the people that still super care about it. I'm just saying maybe take a step back if it's still getting your blood pressure up and be like, should you be caring this much about your ex still? Because you got a new girl She's very pretty. Take her out. Stop talking to her about your ex.
262. Rogers is a unique enigma who openly talks about his interests in hallucinogenics, meditation, and pushing beyond what we generally call the self. Since he was our hometown hero, he makes us feel awkward at times, but more than likely wants individuals to progress. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Now that he's not our guy, he goes on to say, I want him to get sacked into the ground just like any other QB. I wish it was that way, Josh. I wish it was just any other QB. And this is where professional sports and I kind of have a little bit of a love-hate relationship, because professional sports athletes get paid more than any other profession in our country. They're the highest paid person in the history of our country, other than dudes that started tech companies. I understand. And they have this platform that they demand to be heard on because they're a professional athlete and they get paid. And not all of them are this way. I have just found Rogers to be one that I have been struggled to shut off for some time. I am so grateful he's no longer on Pat McAfee because I couldn't watch it.
So we have to take a break, but our second poll question ever in the history of Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh is live on Twitter at WI Sports Radio. And it's simply Rogers ? And we're gonna see where the poll is at, early votes, when we come back, because I think it's interesting and something we should talk about.
Stats don't lie. NBA? No. A hard no on the NBA. Maybe this one with Rogers will be a little bit different. Hey, coming up at the top of the hour, we talked to an old Rogers teammate here in Green Bay who happened to be with the Packers when the Packers traveled to Minnesota to play the Vikings and Brett Favre for the first time. And I'm curious if there's any correlations. We'll chat with long snapper Brett Good at the top of the hour, so don't go anywhere. The Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. This is Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. Great song choice. I know it's on random, but that's fitting for how I feel.
Uh-huh.
The Wisconsin Sports Radio Network is on your air and powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. We are inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. Follow us on Twitter. I am at Trevor Thomas IW. He, Josh, is at On Air Josh. The show at Inside Wis Sports and the network at WI Sports Radio. Watch us on YouTube, youtube.com/WI Sports Radio, or just go to the YouTube search bar, type Inside Wisconsin Sports, and we'll pop up. The Nicolay Law Fan Talk and Text line is open, 414-677-1250. We mentioned in the last break before we keep talking about Packers and Steelers this weekend, and we chat with Brett Good at the top of the morning in the 8 o'clock hour just to get his take on what it was like when the Packers went and traveled to Minnesota and played Brett Favre for the first time when he was wearing purple. No different than how the Packers are going to play Aaron Rodgers this weekend, only not in purple. But we mentioned this last segment. It's huge news in sports, not necessarily in Wisconsin, but
hopefully not in Wisconsin.
Well, that would be the goal. There's a big piece coming out from the FBI this morning, and this is sports related. The Eastern District of New York and FBI Director Kash Patel is holding a press conference at 9 Central to announce arrests from an investigation of an illegal gambling, I don't know what you call it, ring?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's big. There's dozens of arrests, 2 huge names in the NBA so far, Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier and Portland Trailblazers head coach Chauncey Billups. That's a big deal. Please, God, no Bucks.
Yeah, please.
Amen.
Please keep them out of there.
All right, so for as much of a quote-unquote disdain that I have for Aaron Rodgers, I also appreciate the teammate that he was to a number of his teammates over the years. He's not perfect. I'm not perfect. None of us are perfect. And it's hard for me to put into words, which is a problem for my job because that's what I'm supposed to be able to do. But that's also what the morning mind dump is about. And I already prefaced that I have ADHD at the beginning of the show. So take it for what it's worth.
That's true.
It's really funny sometimes, by the way. It's the ADHD that I possess is a comedic ADHD. You think I have squirrel problems now. I literally one day looked at my wife in the morning and said, hey, can I just say the things out loud that are in my head? She's like, sure. 5 minutes later, she's like, just stop.
Correct answer was no.
Please don't.
Yeah.
All right, so Keyshawn Nixon had some kind things to say about Aaron Rodgers as the Packers reminisce about him being in the locker room because there's not a lot of guys that played with him. But here's what Keyshawn had to say.
I actually, if everybody know, I did not want to come here. I hated it here when I first got here. And I used to just be kind of miserable, just wasn't comfortable just trying to get to know guys and stuff like that. And Aaron used to always just be like, why are you so mad and angry? And it made me give him a hug. But our relationship grew over time. We still talk and communicate and stuff like that. But I appreciate him always.
Have you sent him anything this week yet?
No, I'm not talking to him right now.
Okay.
I love that. Jinx. 1, 2, 3. Is that how you do it in junior high?
I don't.
Matt LaFleur had some kind things to say about his interactions with Aaron Rodgers as well. Here's a little bit from Coach.
Yeah, we had a great relationship. I thought it was a great collaboration of just all of us coming together and spent a lot of time together, especially that off season during COVID of trying to really bring more clarity to our offense of what we wanted to be and what we wanted to do and why we wanted to do it. And there was a ton of great conversations that led to us going out there and having a lot of success together.
And Aaron made a great comment about Coach's eyebrows when he was receiving an MVP award. And that was a piece of what Aaron Rodgers said yesterday was he read the writing on the wall, but then made sure to remind us that he won back-to-back MVPs while Jordan.
He did do that. I need to point out, we did put up our second poll question of the show in show history. And this one simply was Rodgers, ? Early poll results coming in 70% yes.
Okay.
30% no.
All right.
I expect those numbers to change a little bit, but I don't think that no is going to run away with this one. I don't. I really think that, and honestly, the reason why that's the case is because of Jordan Love. I think it's purely because Jordan Love exists and we're good with Jordan Love, and so we're not thinking about Rodgers. And because we're not, we're like, oh yeah, he's fine. Yeah.
I literally just retweeted it, and my quote tweet was, "No!" That's it. We also heard from Christian Watson yesterday, and I also believe he listens to the show because some time ago I tweeted, man, imagine what the Packers offense looks like when Christian Watson comes back. Matthew Golden's in the lineup, speed demons. Tucker Kraft is doing what he's doing, and Romeo Doubs is in the mix. That's a big deal. So, hey, Christian, what's the scoop, and what do you bring to the offense?
This is Christian Watson, and him talking specifically, he was asked about his relationship with Rodgers and if he sees any difference between Rodgers and Love, or comparison for that matter.
For sure. I mean, you definitely kind of see flashes of 12 here and there. But I mean, I think 10's done a really good job of kind of making it his own, kind of, incorporating like a little things here and there, but doing it his own way. But I definitely see some flashes sometimes for sure.
I sat down with Christian Watson when he was a rookie at the Green Bay Chamber of Commerce Welcome Back Luncheon. Do you know about this?
Nope.
They do it in the Lambeau Field atrium every year, right before the season starts, in training camp / the preseason, and they sell tables and single seats, and they invite the players and the coaches one by one to sit at different tables. The year I was there, when Christian was a rookie, he happened to sit at our table. And my first question to him was, hey, man, how's it going learning the offense? His answer was, which one? Aaron's or Matt's? I wonder how much success we've seen in the Packers organization since going to Matt's offense and having Jordan Love be the guy that's within that offense. But there's been some growing pains. They weren't sure they could trust Jordan the way they needed to when we first came out of the gate. But Aaron's offense is gone. And how does that relate to this weekend? I mean, the Packers offense is pretty aware with Aaron Rodgers. So what do we do now? I actually want to ask Brett Good that question at the top of the next hour. Former Packer lawn snapper, played here while the Packers went on to play at Minnesota against Favre. Brett Good. I want to get his take on what this game looks like this weekend and also kind of what he experienced when all of that was happening. That's up next. This is the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. Stay here. What's up, Wisconsin? Welcome back to Wisconsin Sports Radio Network, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. This is Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. Follow us on Twitter at Trevor Thomas IW, at On Air Josh, the show at Inside Wis Sports, and at WI Sports Radio for the network. Watch us live on YouTube, where you also get to see Brett Good, who's got far less hair than he used to have.
Wow.
No, he's not balding. He just, remember, he had the locks of love for years.
Yeah.
I had to cut it with all the kids and too many sports going on. I got to get up and go.
Brett Good, longtime Green Bay Packer long snapper, 2008 through 2017, and was a member of the team when the Packers went to Monday Night Football, October 5th, the first time the Packers played against Brett Favre at the Metrodome. Sorry to bring it up. Vikings won 30-23. So my question for Brett was, can you come on the show and talk about what that was like for the team leading up? And here's the first question. I am so sick of all this. It's the Packers and the Steelers this weekend. And, Jordan Love came out yesterday and said, I play against the Steelers defense and Aaron Rodgers plays against the Packers. Yeah, I get it. What was all the stuff behind the scenes that nobody's saying? Good.
Well, they're always going to have the cliches, they got to keep that going so that they can keep the main thing the main thing. But, the most important that I remember is it was like a playoff game. You get that really big atmosphere. You hear everything that's going on. But the atmosphere was like a playoff game. Back then it was, the Minnesota Vikings hate that was Green Bay Packers, obviously, for obvious reasons. And I think there's a lot of similarities that Green Bay, we won the Super Bowl against the Steelers. There's a lot of hate there. And so I think that, you can see in the media that they're both just kind of focusing on their team, which they're supposed to, but it's going to be an electrifying game. The crowd's going to be nuts. It's Sunday Night Football. Both teams are trying to make a stance in their division. Both divisions are a tight race, with the Steelers losing last week, and we all know what the Bears and the Vikings and the Lions are doing in the NFC North. So it's a tough game. You're trying to stay on point, and they're both trying to win.
So as you prepared for that week internally, how much did they bring up the Brett Favre piece, and how much did they focus on just the game? Because one of the beat writers asked Matt LaFleur, I think on Monday, if he was going to talk to the team about it. He was like, not really. And one of the beat writers came back with, really? You're not? Like, I think you probably should. So did they address it back then? And if they did, how did they talk about it?
They don't address it really. I mean, it's just like when things go on internally in the locker room with contract debates and other things, the players play. The players play football. It's your job to go out there and be a professional, to game plan and be ready and have yourself prepared. And that's what they did. I mean, there might have been a little bit of mention, but the media does it way more than inside the building, especially with the coaching staff and the players. But they all, every game, you want to win every game. That's the thing is it's a highlighting game that you want to win.
The Wisconsin Sports Radio Network guest hotline, powered by Gruber Law. One call, that's all. Longtime Packers long snapper Brett Good, 2008 to 2017. Where's the Super Bowl ring, buddy?
It is put up right now. I'm in. We're building a home, and so I've got some things in storage and put away so I don't lose them.
Good. Hope it's locked.
Yeah.
It is locked up in a safe place.
So, you know Aaron Rodgers really well. I believe you're still in contact with him. Am I right with that? You chat with him every now and again?
We have communication every now and then. It's per normal that a lot of the guys that are currently playing, you don't really talk to them during the season.
It's true. So there's a lot of conversation about how Aaron is viewing this game and viewing his time at the Packers and so on. And he came out yesterday and said that this isn't a revenge game, and I don't believe him. Is it?
I don't know if it is or not for him. I did see the interview. I think for him, most importantly, is he's trying to be one of 5 or 6 quarterbacks to beat all 32 teams.
Bingo.
That's what he sees the thing about that. He is right now. He's a Pittsburgh Steeler. He's trying to win for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and he's taking this game as the next game on their schedule. Yes, it's a highlight game. Yes, it's Sunday Night Football. It'll be a playoff atmosphere, but he wants to go in the record books, I'm assuming, as being one of those guys, because that's a very small group of men that have gone on to beat all 32 teams.
So Trevor has, just plain and simple, he's been in his feels this morning.
A little bit.
In regards to the Rodgers audio and the Rodgers news. And it had me kind of asking, Brett, and again, thank you for joining us, about will fans, including Trevor, get to the point kind of like they have of Favre of water under the bridge? And will they get to that point where they can talk in front of a microphone and it's not going to eat away at them the way that it is Trevor this morning? Do you see that happening with Rodgers? And was there a difference when you saw both of these guys playing and being there, that the fans treated them?
I think it's because he's still playing. That's what, I remember whenever Brett was still playing, even when he went to the Jets. I had just got to the Packers after he just went to the Jets, and there was a lot going on then. Then obviously when he went to the Vikings to play against the Packers, and it's the same thing. There's the fans and the media, they're talking the same thing because he's a rival, and once he's eventually done playing, things will settle down, and we all know, his jersey will be retired in Lambeau. So that will come eventually, but right now, he's on the opposing team, and just like any other player in any free agency, Packers support their team. The media, especially, they talk about the Packers. They're on the Packers side, and just like the Steelers would be, or Dallas, or whatever. And so I think that's where we're at right now, is that the people, he's just playing. It's a rivalry game. People want the Packers to win, and just like they want the Steelers to win.
He talked fondly of his time in Green Bay and Hobart and Swamico. What were some of your favorite memories in living here all the years you did?
The same. I mean, Hobart, Swamico, going to Chives. I know he said that. I mean, I just had some friends come up there it was a bucket list for them to go to a Green Bay game, and they said it really is like a small town community in a large city. I mean, you get to do anything you want to do, but you get that small town feel where everybody's your friend, your neighbors take care of you. I remember, people shoveling snow and trying to help you out. It was just great. I always enjoyed training camp. Walking away after training camp and just finding somebody tailgating and grabbing a wing or something to eat, along the way. Sometimes a beer, you never know. But it's a great place to play football. And I think that's what you see is a lot of players now, particularly that come in free agency and drafted, that don't know anything about Green Bay particularly. They fall in love with it because it is a community. It's a great area. You can get anywhere, in the country that you want to pretty easily. But I loved everything about Green Bay.
So the show on after Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh here on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network is named 9 to Noon with John Kuhn. And then after that, there's a cat named Mason Crosby who hosts the Mason Crosby Show from noon to 2. They're not here to defend themselves, Mr. Good. So give us some good stories. And in particular, I think I asked you this when you joined us on the Inside Wisconsin podcast. I love the behind-the-scenes stories from the Super Bowl that nobody gets to know about or talk about. We had, Josh, who was his name from Dallas? I'm going to blank on it too, but he was telling stories about driving Favre and Doug Peterson and Jim McMahon around back in the day when he was their Uber. At the end of the day, you guys all won a Super Bowl together. So 2 questions here. 1, how meaningful is that still to this day? Because it'll probably never go away. And 2, give us the behind-the-scenes stories. We're not statewide. Nobody's listening.
Well, I mean, obviously, winning the Super Bowl, you go into the history books. There's a lot of great players that have come and played that don't get the opportunity to even play in a Super Bowl, let alone win one. I know that, especially coming from a small town in Arkansas too, not really having a lot of, I wasn't highly recruited. They weren't recruiting long snappers. I was kind of on the front end of that. So going from a walk-on to free agency, undrafted free agency, to pouring concrete and getting my opportunity for Monday Night Football was, I'll never forget that. And for obvious reasons, I've talked about at the Super Bowl, it was icy, and we had the bad weather there. And I've told the story of Aaron and I they gave us rental cars. We were driving around, and all of a sudden we get a call. The car had maybe 30 miles on it, and it was a collector calling, just a random number, and it happened to call in on top of the car. And so we answered and kind of played along with them for a little while, but they were looking for somebody we didn't know. But, the great thing about the Super Bowl, I think, was that team. We played cards, we hung out, it was a lot of fun. The training camp leading up to it, we had a lot of good years there. If you look from, 2009 really on, and, the teams were really good. We had a good core group of guys, and obviously loved John, loved Mason, and those guys, I did everything with John. Was on, he was personal protector on the punt team. So I was always, talking with him and playing cards with him on the airplane. And Mason, for obvious reasons, loved Mason to death. So I think it's the relationships that you have with those guys that, you miss when you're out here in the real world, and things that you wish that you can do. And everybody you always talk to, obviously people miss the game and the game check, but most importantly, you miss the locker room. You miss the guys, you miss the people that you're being around, because at the end of the day, that we're all real people, and we all have real feelings, and those are the relationships that will take with me the rest of my life.
So Josh and I talked about this earlier in the week. Mason Crosby has a particular football from a particular kick in 2011 that I believe started in your hands, a 58-yard field goal that set the record. What was the record? Back in 2011. So that just got broke by a backup kicker that wears green and gold and a G on his helmet, Mr. Lucas Haversick. So Mason had Lucas on his show earlier this week, and I love that he was like, well, what am I supposed to do with this football now? do you want it? I think we can get it for you. Do you want it? Because it started with you.
Would it mean more to you?
No, Mason needs to keep it. Records are meant to be broken. You're glad that the thing about every sport and every position that you get in, you want to leave it better than you got there, and you want to leave it for the next guy. And Mason certainly did that. Hall of Fame career, leading scorer, and for him to go out there and break it so early, that's good for him. Kudos. I know they're the things are a little bit different with the balls, and they get to work them in a little bit more. I wish we could have had some of those and some of the not slick balls. Footballs that we got, but it's great to see, and obviously, is a momentum swing for the Packers, and that's what you want is somebody to step up in a tight situation like that and just nail the kick.
Because I'm not a long snapper, I did not know that laces out, Dan, starts with the long snapper. I think we took your position for granted for a lot of years, and you told me that your laces will always be forever out. How do you control that?
A lot of repetition, a lot of practice. I can do it with my eyes closed. I can still get laces out. To this day, we'll sit around. I don't snap any punts, but every now and then I'll snap a couple field goals to people. And it takes me 2 or 3 snaps to really kind of get where somebody's catching it, to where I can tell them where to catch my football, where I'm snapping. It's just consistency. It's a lot of practice over the years. And yes, you want that to make it everything as seamlessly and smooth as possible for the holder. And then that obviously allows the kicker to have a clean ball to kick.
I was going to ask you, because I don't know if you saw it when, 2 days ago now, Michael Jordan had a little interview he did with Mike Tirico, and they talked about shooting a free throw at a house that he stayed at the Ryder Cup, and it was like the first time that he'd shot one in years, and he was so nervous. I was going to ask you, how often are you snapping footballs now, now that you're not getting paid to do it anymore?
It's probably once or twice a year when somebody asks me to do it. I don't go out there and do it. Most of the time now it's just with my son or my daughter. We'll sit out there, we'll mess around with it, but I don't do it a whole lot anymore. There's no reason to practice it anymore. I'm definitely not doing any punts. There's no reason to do that and embarrass myself. So
party trick, like if someone sees you at the party, are they like, come on, just one time, come on, just give us one.
Usually at night, that's when I'll do it. If somebody moves in with
yeah, baby,
it's dark and there's not a lot of lights, because then I can really kind of just throw it at their head. And if they catch it straight, they miss, it's not so great. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
But no one gets mad at you. You're putting on the show. Oh, yeah, I love it.
You can't slow it down for them.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're talking with long-time Green Bay Packers long snapper Brett Good. 2008 through 2017, a Super Bowl championship to prove it. Before we let you go, Brett, what are you up to these days, man? I know you're doing some real estate stuff. I feel like you get rid of mosquitoes for a living. What do y'all got your hands in?
Yeah, I got a pest control company and a real estate business that I'm running. I've got a few other things that I'm trying to work on right now and in a background that might change up here in a month or so. So just trying to stay busy. You know, you get a family and you get kids, and my biggest thing is I want to stay busy. I'm able to work, and I love working. I don't like sitting around, so I try and keep myself as busy as possible with things that I enjoy. And I can be, kind of an influence and make an impact on the community as much as possible.
When's the last time you were in this community?
Last Thanksgiving, I came up there for the game against the Dolphins last year. Got to bring the whole family up. We spent 9 days on a road trip. We went to a Bucks game. We went to Lake Geneva for a little while. So we had a really good road trip.
Nice. That's outstanding. I love road trips. If you haven't done a road trip with a young family, you're missing out.
Oh,
there will be moments there. And if you got real young kids, there will be a blowout. It's happening.
It is.
But at the end of the day, it's a blast. I love that you went to the Bucks game.
Oh, it's so much
going on in the NBA this morning.
Oh, I know. I just saw that. Those guys getting arrested, and that thing is going to be interesting to see.
Yeah.
Hopefully nobody in Wisconsin's touched by that. Brett, when I text, you answer, brother. I really appreciate it. I can't wait to have you on the show again at some point. I love the stories. I love the insight. And go Pack, go, no matter who the quarterback is. Screw it.
Absolutely. That's right. Go Pack.
Love it. Thank you, Brett.
All right, man. Chat with you soon. Brett Good on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network guest hotline, powered by Gruber Law. One call. That's all. That's really interesting to hear him talk about they're not really addressing it when they went to play Brett Favre. That's fast. Boy, maybe they're not in their feels.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe they're not. This is what I'm saying. I feel like you're having a emotional reaction, which is fine as a fan.
Do you know me?
Well, listen, usually I feel like I'm the one that's going there. So, and this is nice. I get to, go through that. I wanted to, something he said made me think of this. Did you see that Joe Flacco audio about time with family?
No.
And okay, sorry. This was not in our prep sheet, but
that's all right.
He talked about a little bit about being on the road and not being with the family. And I just thought that was interesting because Brett just brought up just now that he has a family and staying busy and things like that. And he talked about, the fact that he's not with his family now as he's moving around, and now he's in Cincinnati and a few things there. Here's what he said.
Is that I was in Cleveland by myself. My family was in New Jersey. We decided to do that this year because last year we decided to do it the other way. And this year we just said, hey, let's keep the kids in their routine and, see how that goes. And there's been challenges with that. I love being there and around them and doing all those things. But at the same time, like they get in their routine and they're having a lot of fun back at home. And early on in the season, they came out to Cleveland and they're going to come out to this week's game. And I think there's always a challenge of sitting in a room by yourself and being lonely. So for me, it's trying to find ways to maybe stay over here a little bit longer and then, just kind of take myself out of that mindset, call home, go sit at a restaurant by myself and realize that, man, that's pretty enjoyable to do. After there's not too many situations. I tell people all the time. I mean, I used to see guys sitting at a bar by themselves or, just sitting by themselves eating and grabbing a little meal. And I'm like, man, I feel so bad for that guy. Like, you almost want to go join him. And now I realize like that dude was in heaven. And not to say that that's obviously not what I want. I'd rather be at home sitting at the dinner table with my kids and hearing what the hell they were talking about all day. But if you have to do it, then you might as well take advantage of it. So
I thought that was super interesting and just talking about the differences and the fact that he came out and kind of said like, he's a veteran quarterback that's spending more time at the stadium after practices and things because, who does he have to go home to? What is he gonna? He's lonely. He's just hanging out.
Interesting. It's kind of how I feel at 4 a.m. I wake up, hate the world. Let's just start there. Flip the lights on in the bathroom, and then I realize once I kind of come to that I'm alone. And I'm going, whoa, this is the only time in the entire day I will be solo. There's some dudes that wake up super early in my life that are like, yeah, man, it's my time. It's the only time.
Mm-hmm.
I love that he was like, that guy was living his best life.
Yeah. Now I realize he was in heaven. Let me ask you a question. When was the last time you went to a restaurant to eat a meal by yourself?
Never. Oh, wait. Does lunch count?
Yeah.
Oh, yesterday.
Okay.
The problem is I can't walk into it. This sounds arrogant. I don't mean it this way. I choose the places where I know people.
So to me, then it's like you didn't go. You knew someone. You were still able to interact.
It's not a for sure
with someone.
thing, though. I've walked into. I do lunch alone a lot, but I usually pick a place where I have a chance of seeing somebody that I know. Not because I can't do lunch by myself. I've done it. I love going to lunch at Margaritas here in Green Bay. Big fan, by the way. If you ever get the chance, when you come up here, not if, when you come up here, oh crap, that means I lost.
Yep.
We'll get you up here and I'll take you to Margaritas, Mexican food and cantina, best chips and salsa ever. But I always used to go in there for lunch a lot, and they have a chicken breast meal, and I would sit at the bar and have this meal by myself, watch TV, and just take a break. But yesterday I went to Sidekicks in Deep here, and I knew that I was going to see some people in there that I knew. Not because I knew they were going to be there. I know that I can't walk into that place and not know somebody.
If I'm ever going out and having a meal by myself, my head is in my phone the entire time.
Oh, yeah.
I'm finding a way, and then I'm not feeling alone because I'm scrolling. I'm interacting with other people even though they're not in front of me. And so I just thought that was interesting when he said it's like heaven. And I was like, I don't know that it would be for me, or at least at this point in my life, I'm not to that point. Maybe I'll get there. I don't know.
As we head to break, there's more of this news coming out. 31 arrests total. And apparently it's all because of an illegal poker operation tied to the mafia. Good Lord, you guys.
That's not what I thought.
Can't you just
okay.
play poker with your buddies in the basement and let it be?
Yeah, we gotta talk about this more when we
Pat
come back.
McAfee with a tweet of the day. I'll share that with you next. Plus, I want to make sure we're not missing something with the Steelers. There's a lot of Rodgers conversation, but is there anything else that we should maybe be talking about in regards to whether the Packers can beat the Steelers outside of the quarterback conversation? There might be one. We'll talk about that next. This is the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook, inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. Stay here. What's up, Wisconsin? Welcome back. This is Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh, live on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Major stuff happening in the National Basketball Association this morning. 31 total arrests in what appears to be one big old poker game.
Now, you need to clarify, not all 31 of those people are.
Does not say that.
Right.
It does not say that they are NBA players.
It does not say that they are not. All we know to this point is that Chauncey Billups and Terry Rozier.
And now NBA player Damon Jones.
Okay. So we have three
that's come out.
That have come out. Correct. There will be more information about this. We've been told there's a presser.
That's 9 a.m.
At 9 a.m. We'll get more information on who all is involved, what's happening. I'm sure that 9 to noon with Kuhn is going to be all over that story as it progresses.
I love Pat McAfee for this reason alone right here. At Pat McAfee Show on Twitter. If a 17-year-old Pat McAfee comes up in any of these mafia poker convos, Cash Patel, and he tagged the FBI director, if any of these mafia poker game combos, Cash Patel, it was a different guy.
Different Pat McAfee.
Not me.
Yep.
Who hasn't played? Listen, I don't know the depth of this, but if you're getting arrested for playing poker, what? That's a lot of poker.
Yeah, I mean, did you not listen? The amount of tweets in regards to the Terry Rozier being arrested, talking about like sloppy play, assuming that this was sports gambling. I think I would say 99% of us assume that this was
100%
something about sports gambling.
100. The second
here
it
it's
came
poker.
out with, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Hold on. What?
You sure? Because you weren't very good.
That's interesting.
So we certainly covered our ground this morning in regard to Aaron Rodgers and what the weekend looks like. And,
did we? Do you want to get some feelings out about? Okay.
I'm done. I'm probably done for the week, actually.
No way.
I think we are.
I promise you. He speaks to the Green Bay media today.
Crap.
There is no way that you are not right back sweating it out tomorrow. No way.
Okay. Well, is that the only thing we have to sweat out this weekend in terms of, playing the Steelers and stuff?
He's sacked by T.J. Watt. T.J. Watt, the sack master, comes through in the biggest of moments.
Coming, what give him? T.J. with sack 10 on the season. Down he goes. Second sack for T.J. Watt. And good night, T.J. Watt. Gets to the quarterback. And in a hurry, too. At the 10, throws end zone, and it's intercepted! T.J. Watt! Finley looking to throw. Watt's coming! Finley loses the football! T.J. Watt, the sack.
Oh, boy. May have forgot about him.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I'm still not over him not being a Packer, by the way.
Yeah.
Don't need to go through that story. We all know that one.
Very upset when he wasn't. That was a huge mistake.
So here's a problem. His stats don't lie. He has played in 127 games and started all 127 of those. He's currently on the all-time NFL career sack list, tied for 27. Dude's 31 years old. Bruce Smith played until he was 40. He's the leader in that category with 100 sacks. Reggie White, second. We've heard of him. Kevin Green, third. Okay. What is our plan for TJ Watt?
Stopping? I don't know. I mean, listen, it's going to be quick throws. We faced Myles Garrett, it didn't go well, but
no, that's my point.
But so hopefully they learn from that. They see, what's going to be, and it really shouldn't be any different than what the Steelers' plan is for Micah Parsons. It's, they got a double team. It's going to give opportunities to someone else. And you just gotta plan for quick throws, quick outs, knowing Love's not going to have a ton of time.
Those guys get paid a whole lot of money for a reason. TJ Watt, 3-year deal, $123 million contract extension in July of this year. What was Micah's? 3 years, $188 million or something like that?
Yeah.
I mean, he set the bar at a different level. And he's good. 3 sacks in last weekend's game. TJ Watt, pretty good too.
Mm-hmm.
And a Wisconsin connection. I hope he doesn't ruin our day. And we talked to Derek. I've talked to Derek before on the pod. and he was the only one that actually started on defense. Did you know this?
I did not.
JJ and TJ both started on offense and moved to defense. Derek started on defense and moved to offense. Just interesting tidbit in regards to the Watt boys.
I was not aware of that.
What are they going to do to stop Micah Parsons? And by the way, we said yesterday or the day before that I don't think Micah Parsons cares as much about tackling Aaron Rodgers in a specifically hard way like Rashawn Gary may be protective of Aaron Rodgers, having played with him and having a relationship. Nope, I was wrong. Micah Parsons has a jersey of Rodgers in his collection in the old jersey swap category. And so
I don't think that matters at all.
But my point is he thinks fondly of him. Can we hit a quarterback in the NFL? Is it allowed? Can you blow up a quarterback?
No.
Even if it's like timed out perfectly, you can't just.
It sure doesn't seem that way.
We haven't seen that in a long time. I think it's out of fear because they throw flags pretty willy-nilly.
Yeah. How many weren't there like 2 or 3 roughing the passer penalties in the Packers game last week?
Ooh, I don't know. I don't watch that close, unfortunately.
I felt like there were enough. There were definitely a lot of personal foul penalties.
The 262 on the Nicolay Law fan talking text line, 414-677-1250. A lot of conversation around what's going on in the NBA. Can we get a slow speed OJ chase with LeBron in LA's morning traffic fleeing the FBI? Allegedly.
Yeah.
Maybe. Who knows? Nobody knows.
So this is okay. I'm not saying that the story in the NBA isn't a big deal. It's definitely a bad look. And
no, it is a horrible look.
Depending
at a
on
time when this league, out of all the professional leagues, is at the bottom of the list.
Sure. I understand that 100%. I am just saying, for it to become, in my mind, a huge deal, there needs to be a bigger NBA name that comes out than the 3 that have been listed so far.
Well, I want to know timelines. When did this start? How long ago did this start? Was it happening right now, or was this something that was happening when Chauncey Billups was playing? We don't know any of that detail yet. There's at least 3 now, though, and 31 arrests. And you would think Shams Charania would know if it was a big name in the NBA that had gotten arrested.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that it's not a big deal. I'm just saying, like, for it to be a huge story, I think there's got to be a few more, or at least one bigger high profile person than a former player that's now a coach and, a veteran-esque player that's on the Heat.
Maybe those dudes don't like playing poker. I don't know.
Or maybe those dudes had Fall Guys.
You mean like Shohei, allegedly?
Yep. That's my point, right? The reason why the Shohei thing was able to be swept under the rug is because they were like, yeah, we're not letting a face of the league become a problem. If it becomes a terrible look for the NBA, and I hate to say it this way, if they couldn't be aware of the situation fast enough to get one of the stars of the game a fall guy in this situation, then it's a bad look. Then it's a bad look because it's like, not only were your players messing up, you were so far behind this that the FBI didn't even give you time to get a fall guy for him. And now it's a bad look.
I hope the guy that started talking about this to the FBI has a fall guy, because the last I checked, you don't turn in the mafia.
Oh, well, I've heard that as well. We'll see.
You a poker guy?
Like play poker?
Yeah, like did you ever have a poker game with your buddies on Sunday nights? I did when I was young.
I didn't have like a weekly poker night, but I mean, me and my buddies played a bunch. Sure.
Some of those games got out of control. I can only imagine what it's like when you have the gazillion dollars that sounds like the majority of these guys that were in this.
The thing is that I want to know like what made it like what they were doing that made it like illegal. Like what made it, you know what I mean?
To the point where the FBI's gotten involved?
Correct. Because like you've heard stories about Jordan gambling like crazy and the thing, he would
legally.
Well, but that's what I'm saying, right? Like what is happening in these specific poker games that are making it to that level to where it's illegal poker that the FBI is involved in?
Right.
What was being gambled? What, where, how, why? Answer the W's and the H for me.
How big does your little gambling poker game have to be in order for the FBI to go, we have interest in that?
Yeah, we'd like
And
to
here I
know
thought
more.
losing a couple $100 when I was young on a game called Guts was bad. Well, I can't wait to see the details of this. I am not, well, based on how I said all my things about Aaron Rodgers earlier, you're going to think I'm lying, but I don't want to take positivity from somebody else's negativity in their life, but I'm fascinated.
Yeah. You're gonna watch the train wreck.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Right. You're not gonna look away.
I'm all over the train wreck.
Yeah. Also, you do not like Aaron Rodgers. You just don't, man. I think that's okay. It's good because the Packers are facing him on Sunday. So it's a good thing that you don't like him.
Yeah, we get to put it to bed.
Oh, that's a question. I do not think that on Monday morning anything is put to bed.
I do.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No.
Unless we see him again in the playoffs.
You're telling me right now that the way that you feel about Aaron Rodgers is going to change dramatically when the clock hits 0 on Sunday night?
My point is I can come around on this. My buddy Jason on the Nicolay Law Fan Talking text line called me out for it. No,
sure,
for real.
buddy.
Listen, 414-677-1250. The Nicolay Law Fan Talking text line. Here's Jason. Jason says, Trevor will get over it. He was the same way with Favre when he was gone. Read that. To the point, I'm embarrassed by this.
Keep going.
I burned my Favre's jersey when he went to Minnesota. I did. That was stupid. I regret that.
Wow.
You ever done some things in your life you regret?
Not even your own.
If you're going to have a stupid off, get behind me.
You burned a friend's jersey.
No, not his, mine. To the point where he burned Favre's jersey.
I was like, wow, that's not nice.
What kind of human do you think I am? Give me your Favre jersey. You can't wear that.
How dare you?
I will come around on this. I'm fine.
Yeah.
It's coming out so squeaky.
Yeah, you totally seem fine. Not
Up
at all freaking out.
The last segment of the day. What's up, Wisconsin? What do you have going on today? 414-677-1250, the Nicolay Law Fan Talking text line. You watching the game tonight? Are you by chance playing poker with your buddies, or did that get canceled? Did you maybe make some calls and go, hey, boys, maybe we not today? How many times have you seen friends, by the way, on social media go, hey, we got an open seat at the poker game tonight. Let me know if you want in. Those aren't happening, but we'll see what the level of this. This wasn't that. This wasn't that.
No.
One more segment. What's up, Wisconsin? Get them in. We want to know what's going on in your world. The Nicolay Law Fan Talking text line. 414-677-1250. This is the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. You're listening to Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh.
Hey, it's Josh Albrecht here for my friends at Henry Flock's Steakhouse in West Allis. Julie and I went there last night for date night. It was amazing. I've told you guys they're always introducing new items like their calamari, which we had. It's seasoned perfectly and served with house-made vodka sauce. Speaking of that vodka sauce, you got to try the shrimp and scallop pasta topped with Parmesan. It is amazing as well. All of their food is so good. And don't forget about their incredible drinks. Julie got the ice cream grasshopper drink. Incredible. They also have all of your classic Supper Club favorites. Check them out, whether it's an exceptional steak or something different. There's always an amazing meal waiting for you at Henry Flock Steakhouse. It's so much more than just a steak place.
What's up, Wisconsin? Welcome back. Last segment, Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh, live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at Trevor Thomas IW, at On Air Josh. The show is at Inside Wis Sports, and the network at WI Sports Radio. All right, what's up, Wisconsin? Here we go.
Trevor and Josh want to know.
What's up?
What's up, Wisconsin?
What's up?
What's your plan for the day?
What's up?
What are you doing tonight?
What's up?
Let us know what's up on Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh.
Anybody playing poker tonight?
My game just got canceled.
I'm looking for a game. Mine's canceled too. Are they coming after poker during bowling, Josh? Should you be worried?
Then we're worried a little bit, yeah.
My buddy Jason is asking for a friend.
That friend is me.
If the FBI is probing poker games while bowling, bad. That'd be bad.
That would be bad.
When is your bowling night? Is that what you have going on in What's Up, Wisconsin tonight?
That is not. No. So usually it's Wednesdays, but it's not every Wednesday. We got a lot of people on the team. And
Yeah,
so
you're a sub and a sub and a sub.
yeah, well, it's just it's a rotation.
That's the way to do it, though. Bowling seasons are so long.
Yeah, it's way too long. It's like 6 months.
Yeah,
No, what I got planned for the day, first of all, after we're done with the show today, I've got the Joshing Around podcast with Visit Milwaukee here in town. So going to be doing some of that. That'll be fun. And then I, for one, this evening, after taking Jordy to basketball, teaching him the fundamentals of basketball and not gambling, am going to be watching the NFL game this evening.
But how dialed in will you be with this NFL game?
Listen,
like play by play, like pitch by pitch with the Brewers?
No, I mean not as locked in. I'll probably be working or scrolling or doing something else, but I'm going to be watching it. I'm going to be watching it as much as someone with ADHD can watch a sport.
Yeah, I was going to say that's,
but I'm very interested in it. Anytime anyone from the NFC North is playing a football game, I'm interested in it unless it's a blowout and they're up by 30. Then I'm like, okay, well, they won, crap. And then I'll turn it off or change the channel.
Am I the only one that was hoping the Blazers play tonight?
Oh, man.
It's not. It's Thunder Pacers at 6:30, Nuggets Warriors at 9, obviously Vikings Chargers at 7:15. I ask that because I'll have games on. They will be on in my house. My family understands what dad does for a living. Sports are on if I'm home in the room. If you don't want to watch them, either read a book like mom or go play your games.
I think it's very important, too, that we bring this up on the Nicolay Law talk and text line. TJ in Texas helping me out. I said, listen, this story needs a high-profile name, someone attached to it if it's going to be a huge story. I don't understand, doesn't tie into sports gambling, et cetera, et cetera. He said, it's simple, guys. If tied to the mafia, then they can lean on these guys to fix games if they owe a lot to the mafia. So it might not be them gambling on sports, but it could definitely be them fixing sports.
Could be. Allegedly.
Very interested to see what's going to happen.
I want nothing to do with that. I'm good.
Were you afraid your name's going to come up?
Not at all.
Okay.
No. God, no. I just I don't like talking about the mafia. I'm not on the radio, let alone on the radio. Like, hey, you guys do you. I want nothing to do with whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
And I will leave it at that.
Well, lucky for you, you're very well hidden in the crowd.
Yeah, blend in perfectly.
Yep.
Blend in perfectly. Wow, this is going to be really interesting to kind of play out. So the big news conference is happening at 9 this morning. Kash Patel, he's a big deal. And if he's involved, it's a big deal. It'll just be interesting to see how a league, and I mentioned this last segment, that just didn't need this, is going to handle this. And are there other professional athletes involved?
Oh, well, okay. First of all, the NBA is going to come out and say, we understand the accusations and things and are working with the FBI in answering any questions and giving them any information that we can. Obviously, this is a disappointing time as they do their investigation, and, we are going to comply with them in any way, shape, or form and get past this and move on to providing great quality basketball. Thank you, PR person. Good day.
Did you see that Aaron Rodgers is talking to the Wisconsin sports media today via Zoom?
I did. Does he show his toe?
No, he won't show his toe. No. What happened there, by the way? Still don't know that story. I digress. I'm sure I'll have nothing to say about him talking to the Wisconsin media.
Absolutely you will.
None.
That's why I said there's no way this is done today.
Bummer. Our thanks to Brett Good.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was fun. I love somebody that texted in on the Nicolay Law Fan Talk and text line and just said, there is nothing like shooting the bull with these guys.
Yeah.
Can I promise you that that's exactly what we will do when we have a guest on this show? I want to shoot the S. That's it. I don't need breaking news. I don't want that to be my job. I don't need to know things outside of tell me a good story about a bar after the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That's it. So we will have some pretty big names on this show next week. One we can announce right now. One we are dotting the I's and crossing the T's on.
Okay.
But on Monday, we're going to shoot the breeze with the one and only Joe Thomas.
Ooh.
Hall of Famer Joe Thomas.
Can I tell you my first question to him?
Yes.
How did it feel becoming half the size that you were? Just
right?
Straight up, when he quit the game, I was like, nope, I don't. Who are you?
How hard was that?
Immediately looked like a different person.
I can't lose 5 pounds. Let alone whatever it was
when
that
you
lost.
when you're trying to lose the weight, I gain it. So
you know how you do that? You start your own beef company, Hall of Fame Beef. Him and his family literally raise beef and then sell the beef. And it's what's for dinner.
Yeah.
And it comes from Joe Thomas. I can't wait to catch up with Joe Thomas. He will obviously have some things to say about Wisconsin, but I don't want any inside scoops. I'm just curious, as a guy who clearly loves the program, how you feeling, man? Like, I know you don't have answers. I'm not looking for you to have answers, but tell me how you feel. I know it can't feel good, but maybe he has a different look at it because he was there and then he played professionally and he knows how hard it is when money's involved. We get to chat with Joe Thomas. We get to shoot the bull with Joe Thomas Monday morning here on Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. Do not miss it. Scheduled to appear at 7:30 here on Inside Wisconsin Sports.
Mark
with Trevor
your calendars. Set those alarms.
7:30 Monday morning. Joe Thomas, stay tuned for another major, major announcement of a guest that we are close to having scheduled. I mean, close. Like, just need the confirmation back as to what time on what day he's able to join.
Yeah, baby.
Do not miss that. And remember, we shoot the breeze with our guests. We want them to trust us. I'm not digging for information. I don't want that. I just want them to be like, hey, dude, how are you? How's the mosquito business going?
What's up? You see this stuff happening in the NBA right now? Crazy.
Yeah, crazy.
Speaking of, 9 to noon, going to be covering that. If you're like, hey, I need more information, they're going to have that press conference. They're going to be talking about this. It cannot be ignored.
The Wisconsin Sports Radio Network, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. You have been listening to Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. We'll see you tomorrow. We promise.
Because we are not done yet.